We are here on the Monterey Bay, on the coast of California, at a place where scientists and researchers and students come from all over the world to learn about the ocean, to learn not only about the Pacific Ocean that we sit upon right now, but to learn about all the oceans of the world, their interconnection, and how our life as human beings here on Earth is contributing to the health or the disease of our oceans. And right now, our oceans are under threat. Our oceans are in peril. And they are in peril for two main reasons. The first is plastics. The second is climate change. And in both ways, we have the power to be the solution rather than the problem. First, with regard to plastics, did you know that plastics have only been being produced since about 1950? And since 1950, about 9 billion tons of plastic have been produced, out of which about 7 billion are still with us today. Imagine that. 70 plus years later, 7 billion of the 9 billion tons produced are still with us. And about 5 billion of those are here in our oceans or in landfills waiting to be carried out to sea. And it's not only the old plastic, it's the new plastic as well. Every year, about 1.3 billion, every year about 9 million tons of plastic. 1.3 is a different statistic, I'll give you in a moment. But every year, 9 million tons of plastic are newly dumped into the ocean. 9 million tons a year. That is the equivalent of taking one massive truckload full of plastic and dumping it into the ocean every single minute. One truckload of plastic every minute into the ocean. It's estimated that due to this, about 1 million marine animals, that's our dolphins, our whales, our sea lions, our fish, our turtles, die every year from the plastic in the ocean. They ingest it as microplastics. That microplastic either kills them with its toxicity or it just fills up the space in its stomach so that it thinks it's full, stops eating, and dies of starvation. 1.3 billion nets, fishing nets, are lost at sea every year, most of which are also plastic. 1.3 billion nets a year. And into those nets, our dolphins, our sea turtles, our whales, our seals, our otters, our fish get trapped in these nets. They drown. They can no longer rise to the surface to get oxygen. Or in the case of fish, the nets hold their gills down. You know, fish breathe with their gills. But when they're trapped in the nets, the gills don't open. And so they suffocate and they die. We live in oneness with the ocean. And yet these plastics, our plastics, that which we produce, are decimating the oceans. All of these dead zones that exist today are due to our action. And so what can we do? Well, first of all, with regard to plastic, stop using single-use plastic. When you go to the store, bring your own bag. And if you don't have a bag, you forgot it, stick whatever you bought in your purse, in your backpack, carry it in your hands. Or spend the extra couple of dollars and buy a cloth bag from the store. It'll come in handy next time. But don't resolve to the single-use plastic bag. And whatever you buy, try to buy it with as little packaging as possible. The vast majority of microplastics in our ocean today began as this ridiculous plastic packaging over everything we buy. You buy a little pen, you buy a pencil, you buy a pen drive, you buy some paper clips, and it comes in so much plastic. Try as much as you can to buy from stores in a way that they're not covered with plastic. Do whatever you can do to reduce your consumption, especially your consumption of plastic. The other main threat to the ocean is climate change, the fossil fuels. It's been estimated that since the Industrial Revolution, about 25% of the carbon emissions have been absorbed by the ocean. And the tragedy with this is that the ocean is actually losing its oxygen, which means that all of the marine mammals that need oxygen to live are suffering and dying. It also means that it's contributing to an acidification in the ocean. The ocean is becoming more and more acidic. The coral reefs are getting bleached and dying. The fish who depend upon the reefs are suffering and dying. All of the marine animals who depend upon a very specific pH level, just like humans do, are suffering and dying. The ocean is getting warmer. Of course, that means that it's going to quicker and quicker melt the ice caps, the polar ice caps, the Arctic ice caps. The warmer the ocean is, the more it melts the glaciers. The more the ocean level rises and rises, the less sweet, clean drinking water we have. And what can we do about that? Well, we can get involved, engaged in climate action. We can live in ways, eat in ways, shop in ways that reduce our carbon footprint. We can go vegetarian so that trees are not being cut down to graze cows to become hamburgers. We can plant trees. We can buy products that are not made through the decimation of the rainforest or any of our other natural environments. We can live simply so that others can simply live. We can support organizations who are engaged actively in planting trees, in saving our forests, in reducing carbon emissions. We can buy cars that are electric or at least hybrid. We can go solar, we can go green. We can patronize establishments that are solar, that are green. We can use our votes, our political votes, and the votes with our dollars, our euros, our rupees, for policies that insist upon green development. And all of that will help protect our ocean. And when our oceans are protected, we are protected. With so much love to all of you from the Monterey Bay.